Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is November 29, 2018, and this is the last song request from my man B Minor. Common, I used to love her. I hope that's not how you feel about Bitcoin, B Minor, but definitely thanks for the song request. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to be talking about one thing that actually I got to give a shout out to my man John B on Twitter. He actually sent me a great post from this guy named Crypto Quantamental, and we'll take a look at what he's saying about volume and some interesting facts about what just happened on this past breakout of Bitcoin and volume and how that correlates. So, you know, volume is very important in this game, in trading, period. That's one that's really overlooked by many traders, many new traders, I should say. But volume should definitely be something that you look at. It gives you even more indication on you know, the strength of a move up or down. So we'll take a look at that. And then secondly, a judge actually slapped down an SEC's attempt to call an ICO a security token. Maybe this can be one step towards us really getting a pushback from the SEC and their vagueness on things and just going around claiming everything's an ICO. So maybe this will help push back a little bit in this regard. So we'll take a look at that as well. But before we get started, guys, jump over to cryptoblood.io and sign up for that BitMEX automated trading bot. Stop getting wrecked in this bear market. We're up over 240% year to date, long and short trading, of course, and all of the performance on this algorithm is available for you on TradingView. So it's all transparent. We'll be adding EOS next. We had a vote in the room on which coin we would add next to the algorithm at no additional cost. So EOS is the next one I'm working on. Hopefully I can have that done sooner than later. I can't really put timelines on this type of stuff. It's all performance dependent on my back testing. So yeah, join while you can, cryptoblood.io. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market cap. We're currently at $138 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is at 54%, up a little bit. You know, we've kind of stalled out on the pop that we saw. A nice move up. We actually ended up closing our short around 38.70, I believe, around there somewhere. We closed our short out, even though that's not indicated on the algorithm. But we scaled out of the position all the way down, and then we had a final stop loss set at 39.70. So we're kind of waiting for the algo to go long at this point. But this was definitely a technical breakout from a pennant formation here. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting. You know, this, I think personally, this is a bearish rally, meaning a bull run in a bear trend. If we don't see anything above 4,800, I don't think this is anything that's going to really materialize into something long lasting. So we'll just have to see what happens here. We did break above this 4,200 level, so that may be a slight area of support. But yeah, we'll just see what happens here. And again, one of the topics I'm covering today discussed exactly this point of this move up. One of the highest volume days, if not the highest volume day in Bitcoin. So that may mean something for those who are looking to be bullish. This may validate your sentiments, but let's first go ahead and take a look at that first article. CCN, judge slaps down SEC's attempt to label ICO token as security. This is good news. This is good news. U.S. District Judge Gonzalo Carril of the Southern District of California declared yesterday that the Securities and Exchange Commission had failed to demonstrate that the BlockVest ICO met the characteristics of a security under U.S. law. The case will go to trial as such. There are three important metrics involved in determining whether a token or financial product is indeed a security, dating back to the 1946 case, and the one that Judge Carril decided was not satisfied was that investors had expected to make a profit on the tokens. BlockVest played all kinds of loose in the offering of its ICO tokens. The SEC alleges that BlockVest even made up the Blockchain Exchange Commission with the express purpose of lulling investors into believing they were a regulated investment offering. However, the BEC does seem to exist, just not in any sort of official government capacity. According to the judge, the SEC was unable to prove what promotional materials that investors who numbered only 32 and who was total investment under 10,000 had responded to. While the SEC was able to demonstrate that investors were purchasing coins due to evidence shown on checks cashed, the judge did not feel this satisfied the evidence required in the Howey test. In a brilliant defense, BlockVest claimed its tokens were only used for testing of the exchange, nothing more. The meat and potatoes of the defense was also that the majority of the people investing were friends known well to the defendant. In denying the injunction request, the judge found that the defendants had already agreed not to pursue the ICO and that this SEC had insufficiently proven previous wrongdoing on the part of BlockVest. Therefore, the judge saw no reason for injunction. It is important to note that this does not mean that BlockVest is off the hook, not by a long shot. SEC surely doesn't take kindly to people falsely representing that they have its approval, and the defense has not disputed the fact that they failed to register, which is a crime in of itself. The SEC could amend its approach and try for relief in another court in further attempts to punish BlockVest. Ultimately, the most important takeaway is the reason that the judge felt BLV tokens are not securities. According to him, the way they were marketed and sold did not adequately meet the standard of such. The result is that BLV tokens are not technically considered securities at this time. And based on the above, the court denies plaintiff's motion for preliminary injunction. The court also denies defendant's ex parte motion for evidentiary hearing and leave of court to file supplement. Man, this sounds like some legalese stuff. I'm not even going to read that. It says, thus, BlockVest's assets are apparently unfrozen according to their lawyer. It's not over, he told law.com. Reading the title, I thought this was something that would maybe hold more weight in other trials, but it just seems like this company probably stopped doing what they were going to do before they made illegal maneuvers under the SEC's guidelines. So I'm not too impressed by this now, seeing and reading this article. You guys let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is anything that would set a precedent for future ICO injunctions and filings against, you know, these companies? I don't think so. You guys let me know though. It's pretty much, in my opinion, over for ICOs. I've said this before. The next wave is going to be STOs going into 2019. Unfortunately, you won't be able to participate if you're not a accredited investors. I do have some of my viewers that are or fall under that category, but if you're not, then you won't be able to get those huge returns out of the gate, like right out the gate from the issuance of an STO token. You're gonna have to play the valuation game and wait and hope, you know, you can get lucky and get a token that is undervalued or one that outperforms once they do go public, and you know, the rest of the investing community can purchase the tokens. So again, you guys let me know your thoughts on that. The second topic, and I gotta give a shout out again to my man John B on Twitter. He sent me this here, and this basically just goes over some stats that this guy Crypto Quantamental put together, and they were interesting. Actually, I thought they were interesting, so we're gonna take a look at this. And if I pull up the actual tweet, you'll see here he says, we've just seen the biggest volume spike in the history of Bitcoin and crypto. Capitulation on November 15th through November 25th started the massive volume spike, and now this recovery, November 26th through the 28th, is the highest ever. He poses the question, is this the capitulation and Bitcoin volume breakout we've been looking for? It's very possible, my friend. We definitely want to look at volume. It's a very critical data point to look at when trading, especially on breakouts or breakdowns, just to reinforce whether or not a lot of people participated in that move up or down. So as you can see, he's kind of ranked these here, and you'll see the ones highlighted in red shows from November 15th to November 25th. We saw massive declines and extreme volume. Looks like capitulation. And these are all the rankings as far as top Bitcoin volume days. So what I'm assuming here is that all of this volume in total for November is pretty much accumulates the highest volume we've seen in Bitcoin. That really could mean something, guys, and I want to highlight this because this is very important. It says most analysts have been analyzing volume incorrectly. They've been looking at value and not volume. Value is number of Bitcoin times price. Volume is number of Bitcoins. So he says, remember that Bitcoin supply is near fixed. In determining if there is a volume spike, you must look at volume and not value. And he goes on to say, and I want to highlight this one as well, with Bitcoin's price now at roughly around 4,000, this means that 5 Bitcoins must be sold in order to have the exact same traded value as one sold at 20,000. Since I only had 1 Bitcoin in my example, that means more people must buy and sell at 4,000 than at 20,000 in order to get the same equivalent value. And then he has this other chart here that shows actual charted volume here instead of in a table. It says here's a smoother line showing the volume spike through this entire event. This is the 14-day moving volume average. So average volume over the last 14 days. You can clearly see the December of 2017 euphoria versus the November this year's capitulation. So to the far right, guys, you see that is November, and it dwarfs that last peak there of December of last year. So this, this could really mean a definite shift in momentum. But me personally, I need to see trading above 4,800, but that data point definitely is valid and brings some truth to his argument. So you guys let me know, are we at a bottom? Have we found the bottom? We could have, but as I stated in a tweet yesterday, just because we found the bottom does not mean we're gonna have newer highs or higher highs, right? It could just be the end of the downturn. You have some people out there saying, that follow this hyperwave model, thinks that we're going to $1,800 or $1,500 Bitcoin. I don't rule anything out. I kind of put things in percentages, and I would say that's probably like a 20 or 30% chance for us to go to 1,500. I personally think we may be at a bottom, but that doesn't mean we're going back to 20,000. I think we could range bound for, 6-7 months, between 4,000 and 6,000 if we do get above 4,800. So again, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Is this data here that the guy Crypto Quantum Mental put together, is that data solid evidence that the bottom is in? He's got some points, that's for sure. Highest volume ever, even dwarfing December of 2017. That's good news. I think that's definitely good news. But yeah, again, let me know, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click that bell. Share this video. All that good stuff. I want to give a shout out again to my man B Miner for those 3 song requests. That hat trick song request move he pulled off there. That's pretty much it though, ladies and gents. My 2 Satoshis, November 29th, 2018. I'm out of here. Holla!